Hi everyone, welcome to my class. So today I am continuing the same lesson, chemical reactions and equation. In the last class I have discussed about the basic information about the chemical reactions and equation. Today I am going to discuss about the chemical equation. What is meant by chemical equation? It is a symbolic representation of chemical reactions. Along with the formula and symbols, we are representing in the form of in a physical state. We are representing it. So for example, chemical equation. Chemical equation. It is a symbolic representation. Symbolic representation of a chemical reaction in the form of symbol and formula with their physical state. With their physical state. Okay, so for example, I can take one example of this chemical equation. Now iron is reacting with the water and forming Fe3O4, that is called ferric oxide plus H2. So now we can just say that now this iron, it is in the form of solid, water is in the form of liquid, and they are reacting and forming a ferric oxide plus H2 gas. So we are mentioning it is a solid. So we are along with their physical state, which where they are in the means if they are solid in nature or liquid in nature, that also we are representing, and their formula, and along with that we are representing their symbols also. So this is called a chemical equation. So one of the reaction we are representing with the formula, symbols, and their physical state, that is called chemical equation. So we can discuss later the types of chemical equation. One is balanced chemical equation, one is unbalanced chemical equation. So what is meant by balanced chemical equation? Chemical equation divides into two parts, two categories. One is balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. So what is meant by balanced chemical equation? The number of atoms involved in the reactant is equal to the number of atoms involved in the product. So that is called balanced chemical equation. I'll write down one example here. Now H2O, H2 plus O2, it forms a H2O. So here see, two hydrogen atoms are there, two oxygen atoms are there, but here only two hydrogen and one oxygen. So in this case we have to balance it. So two oxygen, so again we can take two here. So now four hydrogen it becomes. So again we have to balance it. We have to take two here, so it will get balanced. So now we can say that it's a balanced reaction, because in case of reactant, four hydrogens are there, two oxygens are there. Here also same thing, four hydrogens, 2 into 2, 4. So 4 hydrogens and two oxygen. So now this is called a balanced equation. So why we have to balance chemical equation? In case of unbalanced, there is a not balance. Already we discussed what is unbalanced. The number of atom in the reactant is not equal to the number of atoms in the product. For example, H2 plus O2, we have taken H2O. So now this is not a balanced, this is an unbalanced reaction. But we have to reaction in the form of balanced or unbalanced. But whenever we are doing the reaction or we are following the reaction, we have to balance it. For what we have to balance it? Because it has to follow law of conservation of mass. Because already we discussed in our earlier classes like 9th and 8th class, there we have studied that law of conservation of mass, it has to follow. It means the mass neither be created nor be destroyed. For example, we have taken certain reaction, in that whatever the number of molecules are there, their mass, it has to be constant in reactant as well as in product. So that is called law of conservation of mass. So it has to follow that law of conservation of mass. For that reason we have to balance the chemical equation. So how many types of chemical reactions are there now? There are types of chemical reaction, 5 types of there. One is combination reaction. Combination reaction. Second one is decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. Third one is displacement reaction. Fourth one is double displacement. And oxidation and reduction. Oxidation and reduction. In certain chemical reaction, oxidation as well as reduction, they happen simultaneously. So we call that reaction as a redox reaction. So that I am discussing in detail. So now I am going to discuss combination reactions and decomposition reactions mainly today in today's class. So these three reactions I am going to discuss in the next class. So first I will discuss about the combination reaction. So what is in my combination reactions? One or two atoms, they are combining togetherly in case of reactant and forming a single product is called a combination reaction. For example, now X plus Y, two atoms, these are two reactants, one atom of X and one atom of Y, both are reacting and forming a single product, that is XY. Now we can call it as a combination reaction. So I can write down the definition for combination reactions. An atom of reactant one or two atom of reactant togetherly they are forming single product. Single product is called a combination reaction. For example, now carbon, it is one of the atom, it is reacting with the oxygen and it is forming a single product, that is a CO2, carbon dioxide. So we can take an example of combination reaction, this one. So next is decomposition reaction. Now in case of decomposition reaction, the reactant that get decomposes into one or two product, that we call it as a decomposition reaction under a suitable condition. For example, decomposition reaction.